Restored Republic by Global Currency Reset. Update as of January 3rd, 2017 by Judy Byington. A. GCR update as of Monday, January 2nd, 2017. First kick. Geopolitical GCR RV overview. Monday, January 2nd, 2017. Number 1. Expect something radical to come out of the Vatican-controlled U.S. Vice President Joe Biden's mouth on January 6, 2017, when he reads aloud the official and sealed Electoral College vote, which by constitutional law is still uncounted despite mass media reports. Number 2, no U.S. president has yet to be elected per the Constitution, even if Donald Trump were to get to 270 electoral votes. All congressmen or senators can object to the voting process, and through quorum, the Congress can throw out the Electoral College and popular vote, naming their own president and vice president, as was the cabal's secret constitutional break, the glass design circa 1804. Number 3, a theory that the RV might release or roll out in direct relationship with the Electoral College vote reading. Number 4, this last weekend's December 31st, 2016, final test run for the all North American Exchange Centers was deemed successful and conducted in preparation for next weekend's release. The Chinese elders must have always planned to sync up the RV release in North America with the public counting of the presidential and vice presidential electoral college vote on Friday afternoon, January 6, 2017, which nullifies the election results simultaneously with East Coast banks and markets closing. If the Trump administration is suddenly dismissed by the House of Representatives and Senate, it will clearly absorb North American media attention and the world's for that matter, thus creating an organic distraction until a new president and vice president election can be selected by the Congress and inaugurated by January 20, 2107. January 20th, 2107. I'm not sure. I think that might be, I don't know. It's a long ways away, it seems to me like. This would mean that both the popular and electoral college vote will have been thrown out legally. Yet, at the same exact moment as the financial transition begins in earnest, revaluation of currencies globally. Number 8, on Sunday morning, January 1st, 2017, the new financial system transferred gold spot price completely to the Shanghai Gold Exchange from London. Number 9, this west to east transfer of power in the gold market was the official yet understated announcement of the new global gold standard for the financial transitions and currency variations worldwide. Number 10, the Chinese elders were very meticulous and chose choose to slowly convert or reform existing international institutions like the UN, the IMF, World Bank, BIS, Federal Reserve, and ECB instead of shutting them down publicly. This kept mass awareness down to a dull roar and allowed for the radical change to be implemented in a bank kind of manner. Number 11. This is also why few understand the geopolitical puzzle picture and snapping into place in places like Syria, Israel, Ukraine, United States, as the culturally culturally the Chinese desire to heighten attention. Number 12, because the Chinese elders implemented this strategy with such remarkable patience, they also had unique unique certainty and ultimate start date of the RV because only they knew when they were rolling out the financial transition, which we now understand began at midnight on January 1st, 2017. Number 13. This means that for several decades prior, they had been preparing, altering, adjusting, and eliminating hidden cabal agents one by one until all threats globally were neutralized. This includes all military and security threats, not just financial, political, or in the media. Did you know that not one American naval ship is deployed right now in foreign waters? Number 14. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan has quietly been rewriting U.S. domestic laws and policies in coordination with the Russia and China as he as General Joseph Dunford has been doing with records to international treaties and sovereign nation negotiations from a security understanding. Both have been reducing the American military footprint worldwide, shutting down overseas bases one by one without public attention. Number 15. These two men were chosen long before the USA incorporated bankruptcy finalization and Republic of the United States sovereign reinstatement in 2015. Number 16. This is why Donald Trump was allowed to run such a highly controversial media consuming presidential campaign, as it masked the real work of the nation going on behind the scenes in Washington. Trump earned his amnesty by entertaining world's media, as Ryan and Dunford diligently, yet for the most part anonymously, reset the foundation of American values for the next 50 years. Number 17. All was quiet, subtle, and understated, just as the Chinese elders wanted, and the nation of China was allowed to exist in obscurity as silenced by dominant good cop, while Russia played the overt bad cop across all political and military fronts. Number 18. Very soon, those same Chinese elders will legally and per the Constitution slip in the restored republic, perhaps when the official electoral votes are counted. Number 19. Life will just move on per normal with little to no disruption, as a few million awakened Americans will cash in on their foreign currency holding and and overnight become domestic and hopefully globally philanthropists. B. January 2nd, 2017, TNT Ray Rand's call. TNT Ray Rand's Showtime conference call notes by April the 1st and 2nd, or by Adept. Adept 1 to January 1st, 2017. Number 1, Iraq has not yet published their 2017 budget in the Gazette. Number 2, some are reporting changes in dinar value and some are not. Number 3, in some places in Iraq, people are saying the lower denominations are not being widely distributed. But in other places, we are told they are in the ATMs. Number 4, I have been told that last Saturday, Iraq Prime Minister Abadi would block any Mosul news for 72 hours. Number 5, on Israeli television, they are talking about the Deutsch ISIS being, in parentheses, being eliminated. Some of our trusted sources from three-letter agencies say there is good expectation for something to happen regarding the new rate release on Tuesday, January 3rd, or Wednesday, January 4th. I don't know if that is a full-blown release, or if that means the final straw, with some going this week and some going next week. Number 7, we have to wait to find out until the banks open tomorrow. Although some banks' employees were called in on January 1st and again on January 2nd, today, even though banks are closed. There's a Rhapsody database system that stems from the BIS, Bank of International Settlements, that all that banks use, which has been down since last Friday, December 29th, we suspect that was from rate changes. Last week, some banks were able to, this is number 9, last week some banks were able to exchange IQD, Iraqi dinar. They had the capability for the first time in 13 to 14 years. 9 banks and a credit union came to me and said that they are now dealing with the Iraqi dinar, even though the rate is unattractive. Number 10, starting tomorrow, January 3rd, 2017, we are at any minute, any hour, any day scenario. Number 11, I will let you know the rate, banks, and 800 numbers when I have informed of them. See January 2nd, 2017 ZAP. This coming week, funds arrive. On January 16, 2017, when a certain meeting takes place, we will have reached a juncture where there is no going back. Judy note on the summary, the elders in charge of the global currency reset have stated that the GCR will not be released until world peace is achieved and Obama is out of office. Number 1, at noon Eastern Standard Time, Saturday, December 31st, 2016, An international standard for world peace was adopted by the United Nations Security Council. Number two, also on that Saturday, December 31st, 2017, Iraqi Prime Minister Badai sent a formal letter prohibited military commanders to make any comments about the Mosul victory for 72 hours or until Wednesday, January 4th. Trusted sources from three-letter agencies have said that there is good expectation for something to happen regarding the new rate released on Tuesday, January 3rd or Wednesday, January 4th. This next Friday, January 6th, the Electoral College will be held. That was expected to make official the Trump nomination for United States President. Number five, if Trump does not win the Electoral College, it will open the way for restored U.S. Republic to take over. Number six, according to Dr. Clark, funding outside of the United States for all exchanges may begin next Wednesday on January 7th and 8th or the 9th, with the exchanges beginning at a new weekend of January 7th and 8th and 9th, with the exchanges may begin next weekend on January 7th and 8th and 9th, with the new substantially increased adjusted rate value of the dinar in Iraq next Wednesday. Dr. Clark update January 31st, 2016. Number seven, some intel states that the GCR in the United States will not occur until after U.S. presidential inauguration on January 20th. January 2nd, 2017, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fulford Report, KM chickens coming home to roost. The Fulford Report, January 2nd, 2017, weekly geopolitical news, an analysis posted by Benjamin. Number one, in 2016, the Khazarian Mafia long list of crimes against humanity began to finally catch up with them. Number two, the year of 2016 saw the removal from power of many top Khazarian mobsters, including the Rockefellers, the Bushes, the Clintons, George Soros, and Barack Obama. The end of Khazarian-controlled regimes in the UK, Brexit in parentheses, and the United States, the election of the Donald Trump military in parentheses, also took place. Number four, sources in the Pentagon, Gnostic Illuminati, Asian secret societies, and White Dragon Society all agree that 2017 will be the final mop-up of Khazarian mob rule taking place. Number five, in the United States, the arrest of over 15,000 Khazarian mobsters by the FBI began January 1st, Pentagon sources say. Number six, perpetrators of 9/11 and the illegal Iraqi invasion, the Fukushima tsunami, and the nuclear terror attacks on Japan and other crimes against humanity are being rounded up. Soon, public disclosure of all this will come to in major mass media WDS sources promise. Summary of events this week. This last weekend, December 31st, 2015, final test run for all North American exchange centers was deemed successful. Number two, tests upon test run were conducted in preparation for next weekend's release, January 6th, 7th, and 8th. The Sunday morning, January 1st, 2017, the new financial system completely transferred gold spot uh, pricing from London to the Shanghai Gold Exchange. WSOMN chat Evenstar come Tuesday morning, January 3rd, 2017. Monday seems to be a banking holiday. We may hopefully see what we all have been hoping and dreaming of for many years. Number five, trusted sources from three-letter agencies have said that there is good expectation for something to happen regarding the new rate releases on Tuesday, January 3rd and Wednesday, January 4th. This next Friday, January 6th, the Electoral College will be held that was expected to make official the Trump nomination for United States President. Number seven, according to Dr. Clark, funding outside the United States for all exchanges may begin next weekend, the weekend of January 7th, 8th, and 9th, with a new substantially increased adjusted rate value of the dinar in Iraq. Number eight, GEG dinar. I honestly believe they want to get this done at the first of the year, but will punt this downrange letter into 2017 after the January 20 inauguration, if they must. Some level of security and stability has to be in place, and it's obvious the current U.S. administration wants no part whatsoever in any sort of RV-GCR event that tips over the current financial system. Bulldog 75 from Oki's site said years ago that the Chinese didn't trust the Obama administration, and they would block any sort of RV-GCR event until the new administration is in place. This number 11, admin bill general public should exchange sometime after January 20, 2017 inauguration. Number 12, Supreme Meguru could be braced. Could be why several months ago my best contact said he's not looking for anything till February 2017. And that's it. Just click below and go to it. And thank you all very, very much.